in the shadows where the whispers dwell, always trying to unring the bell. The red road calls a path less known, with haunted streets where the eerie winds moan. Creatures lurking just beyond the light, not just tales spun to frighten the night. The masquerade of ghosts, they walk along in this pretty realm. We're all too young. Take the red road, let the spirits unfold. Follow RezNeck Calkins, let the mysteries be told. Through the dark we'll weave into the unknown, with each step we take closer to home.
Hey everybody, welcome back to All Out Paranormal. What's your favorite RezNeck here? On a sad note, we're going to start this off. We lost a member of the All Access family this week. We lost Shane. Long, hard fight. He lived his best. We do have a GoFundMe going right now to help his family out. They really need all the help they can get, so please reach out to them, keep them in your prayers, and help any way you can. This is going to be a real tough time for his family and for our family here at All Access. So please, keep everyone in your prayers. So now, this show has been in the works for a couple of years now. Gentleman I'm bringing on tonight, met him a couple of years ago on a podcast, and it was like I knew him already, and it's always been a pleasure to come across him at different events and chat with him online and see what he's up to. So let me go ahead and bring him up, Mr. Rex.
Hey everybody.
How you doing tonight, Rex?
I'm doing fantastic.
I love the fact it's the Rex and Rez show tonight.
That's right.
So we're gonna try to pick this pace up a little bit, good time, and keep our hearts light. So, what have you been up to? And for those that don't know who you are, also, I know you've been around forever. You know everybody out there, but there's some people that are tuning into shows that are new.
Well, I'm a retired law enforcement after 31 years. 2019, I called it. Thank you. I just couldn't do it anymore. It wasn't like it was when I first started. And I'm not getting any younger, that's for sure. And so I had my time and my age so I could retire. In 2019, I walked away and started doing what God intended me to do, and that's my art. I mean, I put it on hold for almost 40 years. My kids didn't know I could draw.
Right.
And I dove back into it head first in 2019, but I wouldn't show you the work in 2019 to now. It's I could tell everybody it's like preschool to Da Vinci. I really had to start all over again. I thought it was like falling off a bike.
No, it takes time. I can admit that. My children didn't know about my artwork and my artistic skills really until around the same time, 2019, when I picked up a tattoo machine again. My kids had never seen me tattoo, and Vinny, my youngest, one day was digging through some old papers and see one of my drawings from high school. With Dad, where'd you get this? Who did this one? I used to draw, and that kind of just led down the path and inspired him for a while to take apart. So I get it. Stepping away and coming back, it's a good feeling, but it's a long road.
Yeah, it really is. And I was scared to death at first. I mean, can I make it what I want it to be? can I push myself hard enough and expand what I do? And I do. I push myself to find different methods and different avenues to use my art. And I'm glad I did. I'm doing a show in October, and it's called Boho Art, Bohemian Art, which is nothing but, I want to say, hippie art. So I dove into that, and I've already made like 10 paintings for it.
Okay.
And the paranormal, I was introduced to it when I was 4 years old, and I've lived with it and have been fascinated with it ever since then. And then in 2011, my two boys and I started our own group, All Out Paranormal. And we had a blast. It was so great being a family thing and spending time with my two boys. Because being an officer, I missed a lot of them growing up. So, but now it's just me. I'm the only one in it anymore. My youngest, he moved on. My oldest got married, and he's had a group with Traveler's Moon is what they're called, him and his wife. And I'm happy for him. I really am. They've come a long, long ways.
Cool. I'll have to check them out.
What you see is what you get. I don't keep any secrets. It's not worth it. And if you want to know something, all you have to do is ask me.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't pay to be a closed book. It's a lot easier to be an open book. And by doing that, we have the opportunity to inspire others. So
and that's my whole thing. I do shows where I don't make a dime, but I get to meet some amazing people. And as you can tell, I'm not an introvert. I can talk to anybody.
Right.
And it means more to me when people come up and are just amazed at my art and tell me how much, they love it and how good it is. That means more than selling anything.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. I got a question about your art. Do you think when you get into it and you hit that zone, do you think maybe you're channeling?
I'm sorry, what?
I said when you're doing your artwork, you kind of hit that zone where it's just you and the canvas and your media. Do you think maybe you're channeling spirit?
I'm truly on some of the stuff I do, yes, because especially if I'm alone, no TV on, no nothing, and I'll start, and everybody, I don't have a big epiphany or a big story behind everything that I draw. A lot of people think that we're artists are crazy. I don't have, Van Gogh, appear and touch me on the shoulder and tell me to do this, or, that's not it. It's just simple. I think it's going to be a neat picture or a cool picture, and I do it. Some of them do have a meaning behind it, but like you said, I have to be channeling it sometime, because I can actually sit there at my drawing table and finally come around and go, I've been doing this for 14 hours straight. You know, I have not stopped to go to the bathroom, haven't stopped to eat, nothing. But it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Right.
Because I don't want to sound conceited or anything, but I still impress myself with some of the stuff that that I'm coming up with lately, and especially the last couple of years. I mean, 95% of my work now is pointillism, and it's a lost art.
It is.
Nobody does it. You know, Surratt started it.
Yep.
And everybody now calls it stippling. And I'll just look at them and go, no, I'm old. When I was in college, it was pointillism. I'll still call it that.
Yeah. Yeah, I refer as dot work because, you know, we use it in the tattoo field sometimes, but not enough. So I'll mix sometimes my shading and my dot work together just to give it that depth and that feeling. You know, the reason why I asked the question is because there's moments where I'll pull back from a client and look at what I've done, and it's like, holy shit, where'd that come from? You know, it comes out way different than what I seen it, but better. You know, so I was wondering if you had the same issues.
Yeah, I do. And I've also learned that if I get to a point and I'm kind of lost in the picture and what to do next, the best thing for me to do is set it aside and come back a month later. Because inevitably, if I go, oh, no, I can fix it, I'll absolutely destroy it.
Yeah.
And that was hard for me to do because I enjoy this so much. I mean, like we were talking earlier, it's like breathing. I every single day I create, you know, whether it be 10 minutes or, you know, 12 hours, you know, I've got to.
The mind and the body crave it. You know, it touches us in our souls.
Absolutely. You know, I got disappointed when I first started getting back into it, but I've been totally blessed with what's come along. I mean, the pointillism I just started 2 years ago, and all I was doing with that was using it for shading and nothing else. And then I said, man, if I do all this in dots, this is going to look absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what 95% of my work is now. And, you know, people don't realize there's some pictures I got 70 and 80 hours in. You know, 11 by 14 there's a lot of dots put in there.
Yeah. Well, that's like when people ask me to do custom tattoo work. They want a custom pattern. They don't realize the amount of hours you put into it, because not only do you have to create your original that you're going to look at while you're working on them, then you got to create all your stencils and everything for it. And you get halfway through, you go, nah, it don't look right to me. And you end up starting over. Or you end up cutting that chunk out and doing something different.
Exactly.
And then how do you charge accordingly for that? That's the hard part.
You know, and I had to start. I'm amazed at how my name has gotten out there. And I mean, I just did a piece for a person in New Jersey.
Nice.
I don't know how they found out about me.
Because you're that darn good.
And
well,
but I've had to raise my prices though. I was basically giving them away, and with the price of everything, and right now art supplies is just stupid how much they cost. And that's why I can't afford to screw up a picture. It's not like I can erase it. You know, the part that I've ruined because I don't use a pencil, only just for the initial sketch, and that's it. Brandon.
Yep, I seen that too.
That's That's my gnome.
Yep, that's my gnome brother from Navajo. I mean, gnome. Oh, I screwed that one up. Shoot
I
me.
can't.
Let's see. Here's if I get it right. My gnome brother from a Cherokee mother.
I can't wait to see him. Man, that's gonna be fun. It's well needed.
Yeah.
I didn't do much traveling this year. I didn't do any Paracons. I've just been doing all art, but it's been locally. I haven't gone out of state. Some people know I've been battling a health issue. Right now, it's gotten better. Well, you noticed that I lost a lot of weight, and it wasn't because I was trying, but it wasn't the conventional way.
Right.
In 3.5 months, I've lost over 70 pounds. So, but I feel great now. I mean, things are looking up, and I'm not letting anything stop me. I'm going to live to be 120. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I love life and love what I do and love the people that I know, you and Gwen and everybody else. I mean, you're family to me. I got too much to live for. There's no way.
Yeah. So
either you'll get tired of me or accept me.
Nah, I could never get tired of you, buddy. No, never could. Let's see. Almost. Good one, Brandon. Good one.
Oh, you should have seen when the first time we met face to face. He picked me up in Greenville, Spartanburg, and I recognized him right away. I could see him sitting down, and so I see him looking around, and I stood up, and I've got one hell of a whistle, and I whistled, and everybody turned and looked at me, and Brandon goes, ah. And the closer I got to him, the more he was doing this. I mean, people don't realize, I'm big, but it's different in real life when you get to see me. It's
right.
And it was so funny to watch him and he just stood there in awe for a minute or so. It was great.
Yeah. So now you brought some pictures with you to show of your artwork.
Yeah.
When can you bring them up so we can kind of talk about them? Now that's beautiful.
That I've been doing that a lot with the Native American stuff. Like I was telling you, I don't have any Native American in me on either side of the family, but I get compelled to do this. I feel I have to.
Mm-hmm.
And it brings me a lot of joy doing it because, I used to live on an old Indian reservation when I lived in Oregon. And one of my best friends was a full-blooded Cherokee. I wish I knew where he was now, but I have no idea. And I incorporate, the surroundings into the picture. And anybody who's watching, listen, those are all dots. There's no solid lines whatsoever in that picture.
Yeah.
I give a rough sketch and then I just go from there.
And I'm just like, you're full of it. Oh, yeah,
there's
Freddie
the man
in the
himself.
House.
Yeah, I'm
pretty funny.
Huge Queen fan.
Pretty funny he comes up because just earlier today, me and my brother, the Underground Heathen, were singing Fat Bottom Girls. He made a comment, and we just kind of went right into it.
My niece hates that song. I've got him tattooed on me, so
nice.
People think I'm obsessed, not obsessed. Freddie and Queen changed the way I looked at things and made me appreciate the arts way more. And people can think what they want, but there's never going to be another one.
No, you
Freddie's
know,
it.
he inspired many, to live the life that they wanted to live. And their music helped a lot of people through different times of their lives.
Oh, absolutely. I'm one of them. Absolutely.
Exactly. There's a lot of the musicians out there that if I wouldn't have had them through some of my darkest times in their music, I wouldn't be here today. And that's no bullshit. Music has been a big part of my life, and there's a handful of musicians that, like Johnny here, that I needed.
That's that is the first famous person that I had drawn, all in dots, and I just kept with it because it turned out better than I thought it was going to. Because there's no denying who it is. I mean,
You
I don't
got
have to
it
explain it.
100%. Right? Yeah.
It was fun. I still have it. That one there
That
is
one
one of
I
my
love.
favorites. I actually took pictures from me starting it until I finished it. That has 81 hours of time in it.
Well, I'm going to save up all my pennies for the next year, and that one's coming home next time we see each other. That's going on my wall.
I'm proud of it. It says so much.
It
You
does.
know,
and
I had
the face
it's
speaks
amazing
to you.
to see this rough sketch, and just the first time I sat down and started putting the dots in it, how it started to come to life. 81 hours is what it took me to do that.
I believe it. I believe it 100%.
And people ask if I do color. I do, but if I incorporate it, it's very subtle.
Yeah, I have one of the color ones.
Yes, you do. Here's another one.
That's cool.
It's one of those things. I just incorporate the surroundings into it because that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It's open, it's free. And there's no way I could, if somebody said, can you draw a lion in a cage? No. I'd tell them no.
Yeah.
There's a few things that I'll absolutely not draw. And it's funny, people go, I'll go to somebody else. I'm not being conceited or arrogant. I just look at them and go, you find somebody around here that can do what I can do.
Right.
And I said, my price may think it's still high, but it's still cheaper than if you find somebody else. But good luck.
Yeah.
That one's from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Okay. I was thinking, was that the Outlaw Josie Wales?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good old clip.
That was the second famous person I drew, right after I drew Johnny.
Yes. Yeah, you have amazing talents, my friend. Oh, strong one there.
That one is, I don't know. It just, I don't even have words to describe it. When I decided to start drawing it, a lot of the powwows and stuff we went to when I lived in Oregon and Idaho, that was it. That's exactly what was there. And I was so proud of it when I got done. I still have it. I sometimes I'll take it to a show and sometimes I won't. Because I never thought I'd have my own art hanging on the wall either. But I do. And And I never thought I'd ever do 3 books of nothing but my art too. That
Right.
never crossed my mind.
Ozzy.
That one, I was doing a different picture, and for some reason, I just told myself, you need to stop. You need to draw a picture of Ozzy. So I looked and looked and looked, and I found him with the cross and him reading the Bible. And I'm going, that's it. Yep. That's the one I'm going to do. I think it's a powerful picture.
It is. All these have.
Didn't take me long to sell it either.
Oh, no. I can only imagine what quickly. Oh, we got Captain Jack.
That one took about 62 hours.
I like that one.
I do too, because I was, he has such a distinct look. If I didn't hit it right on the nose, I was going to tear it up and I'd have to start all over again.
Right.
But it actually went very smoothly. And it was just damn fun to do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I have no idea how many pictures I sent her. Oh.
Almost see like the moonlight behind him and a picture of Black Pearl going across the seas.
This here, this is one of the coolest things I'm doing right now. All I'm going to say is I'm working with a gentleman that writes poetry, and I'm helping him get a book done, and he'll send me poems, and then I have to make the poem come to life in a picture, but I can't be, what do I want to say? It can't be the obvious in the poem. And there's some I'll read and go, no, I'm not getting anything. I just finished this one probably 2 weeks ago, and he absolutely loved it. And the poem was awesome. And so the poems that I'm making the pictures for that he approves will go in the book. They'll accompany each one of the poems. And that was another thing that pushed my creativity, because I thought it'd be easy. It's not. It really isn't, because some of the poems are just so in depth and so deep. I have to sit there and read it 3 or 4 or 5 times and go, I have to have a starting point. I want to do it for this picture. And I've been working with him about 2.5, 3 years. Okay. But he wants me to do 40 drawings. And we're a long ways away from 40, because not every poem I get do I draw something for it.
Right.
This was a commission piece, and I was going, if everybody's seen The Wall at some point where the cartoonish face comes out of it, and I'm going, no, I'm going to make the face bricks. And
I like it.
The guy loved it. I made it for him to give to his dad.
Nice. Very cool. And we got Freddie again.
I actually have that one hanging up. Again, he's the only famous person I ever cried when they passed away. I got to stop talking about it. I'll start doing it now.
No tears on the shoulder. You got to keep it upbeat.
I listen to him all the time. It's inspiring. A lot of people didn't know he did an opera album with Montserrat Cabala.
Okay.
And it's amazing. If you want to hear something, he wrote all the music to it. That's new. I did that about a month ago.
Love it.
And see, I incorporated color in it because, I wasn't going to do the typical yellow and orange, and gray into it. I'm going, nah, it doesn't work. And I'm so glad I went with the blues that I did and how I faded it out. It really, really accented the picture.
It does. It makes Wolfhead pop totally. I love it. Yes.
That's a newer one. I'm getting pretty good at drawing horses too. So
awesome. You're a phenomenal artist. Oh.
I just sold this one. I really wish I wouldn't have. There is 98 hours into that picture.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite pieces that I've ever done. It's a powerful picture. I mean, you can see the love and devotion.
Yep, you can. And another cool thing is I'm noticing, because not only did I see the picture, but I can see kind of like the outlines. I love how when the two heads come together, you follow around the edges and you come down and their shoulders into the negative space. It literally makes a heart.
Yep.
That is amazing.
I just sold it the last show I did, and it was really tough to get rid of, but I also needed the money. So,
right.
And they were an awesome younger couple. They ended up buying 3 or 4 pieces from me, actually.
Cool.
And I was ready to pack up and leave. They were the last people that come in that day and end up, they bought 4.
Nice.
And it's cool. A lot of people that buy my work, they'll frame it and then they'll send me pictures of it.
I like that.
That's
me all day long. That's me sitting on the edge looking over all day. It is.
What a free spirit.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, my friend. I think you do a lot of channeling, I think.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
I miss you, buddy. But a lot of times, simpler is more effective. It says a lot more. I mean, it didn't take me very long. I don't know, maybe 2.5 hours, 3 hours into it. It didn't take me long. Because once I got rolling on it, I knew exactly how I was going to do it and how I was going to finish it off.
Hey, one of my new friends from Maine down at the New Orleans Paracon. Pleasure to see you tune in. You are such an amazing artist, my friend.
Thank you.
I can only dream to have 30-year talent. To be honest with you.
Like I said, I've been blessed. Did I ever think I was going to hit this artistry that, the stuff I'm creating? I wanted to do well, but one of the things was, like I told you, I pushed myself to make myself better with each and every picture that I do. Like I said, it's like breathing. And I have this, when I retired, I had an enclosed front porch and I had a new metal roof put on, and I got a hold of the Amish and they put in this beautiful deck. Thank you, Gwen.
Yes, thank you.
And it's all covered, and I spend a lot of time out there drawing.
Yep.
I did that over the weekend too, because Shane would take off on his scooter, and I'd go, I got time to draw. So he'd be off on his scooter, and I'd get my drawing stuff out and just sit there, amongst the trees, and just started drawing.
Yep. I've done it a few times over the years. Grabbed my sketch pad and went out in the woods, and just kind of just doodled. It helped me clear my head so I could work on the issues I was working on in the day-to-day life.
And can I go ahead and mention the nonprofit organization that I'm working with?
Oh, right ahead.
I am on the board of directors for Veterans Voice Radio. It's all nonprofit. It's an amazing thing, people.
Yes.
I'm not a vet, and I'm part of the board of directors. I'm honored. It's beyond belief. And I had a show on, but we ended up changing streaming services, and I called it resilience training. It's art therapy that I'm not a therapist or anything. It's what has done for me, the PTSD, the anxiety, the depression. I mean, you go from a job that you did for 31 years where you go 1,000 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden you go to zero.
Yeah.
And the only thing, the good stuff rarely shows up. You only see the bad things. And that's when I started immersing myself even more into it. Thank you, Christy. And how therapeutic it ended up being for me. So my show will be coming back. And please, if somebody can, check everything out. We're doing a Freedom Fest in South Carolina, September 12th. There's some great country artists, and music does a lot, like we've already talked, Rez. It's amazing if you really sit there and pay attention to it. It's got a good beat and I can dance to it. No, that's not it.
No,
it goes way deeper than that.
With the music that touches you to your heart and your soul, that you actually connect with, that you feel like they're actually singing your life.
Yes.
That's the stuff that's the important things. I love how you use art as therapy, because I'm not a therapist, but I've always referred to my artwork as ink therapy. Because a lot of times when you have someone in a chair and you're working on for so many hours, a lot of them are there for the endorphins. Art's just an extra part of it.
Yeah.
And then they start talking about their daily issues, whether it's the job, the husband or the wife or everything else. You hear all that, and then you start talking back to them. You say, well, I've experienced this, or my family has experienced this. And you end up building that bond and that communication, and it gives them another way to look at their scenario. Some will walk away enlightened. They go, oh my God, I never thought about that. And it works for them. Others go, I don't know.
And my new show, it'll be updated, because the hardest thing for me when I first started doing it, there's a camera above me and there's a camera pointing at me. So you can see me actually doing the work.
Yeah.
But what was hard is I had no interaction with my audience except for comments. And that's tough for me. I got tired of looking at myself,
Yeah.
So my new show, I'll be able to invite 6 people on if they want to join in with me and discuss anything and work on the therapy, the art. I'm excited about that.
Nice.
I really am.
Well, depends on when you air. We'll find time if you want me to come on. I'll gladly come on with you anytime.
I'm hoping, because we got the new streaming service finally figured out yesterday. I should have worked on it today, but there was so much other stuff that I wanted to get done, get ready for your show, because this was a long time coming.
Yep.
And I had to kind of cobble the studio back together here. So I had something at least, for
we were
tonight.
talking backstage, same thing here.
I'm hoping, because I used to do it every other week on a Tuesday and a Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm going to start out doing the same thing again. But I may expand it, and I have no time limit. I mean, if people want to stay on there for 2 hours and discuss things and draw, absolutely. I'm not going to cut anybody off.
Right.
I don't have a time constraint because this is mine. This is my show. I have the run of it.
Yep.
And it'll be on YouTube. It'll be on the Veterans Voice Radio website. I'm just so excited about bringing it back, because if I help one person, I did what I set out to do.
Exactly. And it's the same way I look at with everything that I do. I inspire one person to make a change in their life for the better, I'm good. I'm happy. Whether it's someone now or someone within the next 7 generations.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, well, why do you record everything you do? Why do you post everything you do? So I'm like, that's my digital footprint. Yeah. Years from now, someone's going to be digging through a file and they're coming across one of these shows or one of my investigations or one of my live streams from Facebook, and it's going to click to them. And that's all it takes. It really makes a difference in the world.
I want to thank Greg. What a great guy, and what he wrote. They did a wise thing when they picked you, Rex.
They did.
Because
totally.
I love doing the podcast, but I'd rather do this. And that's when I a couple of years ago, when I said, I'm stepping away and I'm not doing any more Paracons and stuff. I said, I'll be more than happy to do podcasts for, and it worked out great. I mean, I've been on a lot in the last couple of years and I love doing it. I mean,
there is one Paracon I really wish you'd come up for. And that's the Midwest Paracon that's coming this spring.
Yep.
I'd really like to see you there.
Traveler's Moon has already been invited. They're one of the keynotes there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see. I mean, there's still a lot of hurt from why I stepped away.
Right.
Now, everybody, I still do the paranormal, but I don't do personal appearances. I don't do lectures anymore. I'm back to helping people because that's why I got into it in the first place.
Right.
And I've never taken a dime for anything. I don't go, oh yeah, it's going to cost you this, and this. Never.
It's true.
That's the first thing they ask. How much is it going to cost? I'm going, nothing.
You help those that need help. You help those that are down. That's the way it's supposed to be in our community.
It's the way I was raised too. I'll think of other people way before I'll think of myself. Because that's what we should do.
Yeah.
You know,
Heck, I've given people a shirt right off my back.
absolutely.
You know, my last dollar. You know, I've been there. You know, so I get it.
And it's like my art. I've had people, you know, get a hold of me and go, "We're doing a silent auction. Would you donate a piece?" Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And then I'll say, which one do you want? Do you have one in mind? And sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. And you know, it goes for charity and it goes for other things. Absolutely. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever.
So now we've been talking.
It's good for me.
Yeah, we've been talking for almost an hour now, and we didn't really talk too much about the paranormal or anything of that stuff either.
Okay.
It's been a good thing to change up and talk about the artwork and talk about the love. I appreciate that.
It was fun. I mean, I still love the paranormal.
Yeah.
But I love the art too. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm helping people in so many different ways with it now that it's even more satisfying doing it now. I mean, being law enforcement ruined my marriage, you know, because you're on 24/7. You're never off duty.
Yeah.
And now that I can give back, you know, the talent that God gave me, I mean, so be it. And it's the same with the paranormal. I'll tell you how I got into it, because I told you I started it when I was 4.
Right.
I remember this just like it was yesterday. I had the biggest room in our house. And one night I was awakened and there was these 2 floating figures. I don't know if I don't have the pictures in here. I drew pictures of them. But they looked like smoke. And all you could see was these 2 white spots where their eyes were supposed to be.
Okay.
I could hear them in my head. And I called them the bad ones. They started in on me, and the stuff, no 4-year-old, nobody should hear what they wanted me to do. I've never repeated a single solitary thing they've ever said, and I won't. The only thing I've ever told anybody is they wanted me to kill my baby sister.
Not good.
And this went on for 4.5 years, every single solitary night. And the more I ignored them, the more agitated and more angry they got, because they always wanted me to get off the bed.
Yeah.
You know, and I never, ever did. And if I turned and looked at the wall or something, it made them furious.
Because you're ignoring them. They wanted your attention.
And so one night it had gotten so bad that my room was probably 10 by 13, or maybe even a little bigger. It was big. And across the room was my dresser. Well, I went out with my mom that day, and I was good, so I got to get new Hot Wheels. And I'm a little OCD, so I had them all lined up on top of my dresser. And it was a bad night. They were extremely agitated, and if they could have gotten a hold of me, that was the whole main thing, because I wasn't giving in. All of a sudden, them cars started flying off the dresser towards me, one at a time, come flying, 12 feet across the room, and it would hit like an invisible barrier, and they fall to the ground. All 8 of them come over. And that's when, at the foot of my bed, 2 other figures showed up. and I called them the good ones. And I couldn't see any details, just the outline of them. He had a bowler on. You could tell he had a suit. He had a cane. She had her hair up in a bun and had a dress on with a big bustle. I mean, couldn't tell you what color it was or anything like that. And I could hear them in my head. And they said, don't worry, we're here to protect you. And this battle between good and evil, I know it sounds kind of corny, went on for 4.5 years until we moved to Oregon. You know, from 4 years old to 8.5.
Yeah.
And it's stuck with me ever since then. I mean, it's fascinated me. And the stuff that I've captured with the boys, you know, since 2011 is amazing. And actually, I've got new equipment supposed to be here tomorrow.
Nice. New toys.
That's right. And it's great because they're going to be here before I go to South Carolina, because I know me and the Ruperts are going to investigate somewhere.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. Have you ever used a pendulum before?
Yes.
All right. Are you comfortable using them?
Mm-hmm.
All right. My next batch, I just started making them. I have light up pendulums that are battery operated. You can sit in complete darkness and do pendulum work and still capture it on your cameras and not affect everybody else in the room by having to turn the light on.
That's a great idea, Rez.
I debuted them down in New Orleans. I think I got 2 left. I just shipped one out today. So as soon as I make my next batch here in a few weeks, hopefully, I'll get you one.
I appreciate it. That's cool. That never even crossed my mind. You know,
I was sitting here one night and I was like, I wonder something. And I did a test theory with some string and these lights that I had, and it worked. I'm like, I'll be damned. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna run with this. So, yeah.
And yeah, it's been a long time. I've never had one of my own. You know, I've been on investigations with other groups and stuff, and they've had them, and it was really fascinating to watch it work.
Yeah.
And how the spirits can, that's really cool.
Something simple and easy they can manipulate. You know, and you can get yes or no, maybe, and I don't know answers. You know, you can start that conversation with them. And it opens up a line of communication that maybe that from that pendulum, you can go into other conversations with these other pieces of equipment. It almost like it makes them a little bit more comfortable with you.
Yeah. And I think that's why I've been so blessed with the investigations of the paranormal, because I, you know, ghosts are people too.
Yeah.
That was a thing that Chris and I had come up with. We actually have it on shirts. I think I still got mine somewhere. And, you know, you don't go into a place and disrespect them.
No.
Because when we give a lecture, you know, because that was the time that you know who did the agitating,
all the provoking and all the BS.
And
that irritates the hell out of me.
Yeah, I tell people, I said, you know, you're stupid to do that. You're going against something you can't see or have any control over.
Right.
And I said, to give you an example, I'd come down off the stage and I'd go to somebody in the front row and I go, okay, because they'd be going, oh no, it's no big deal. So I'd get in their face and I'd scream at them, make me a sandwich right now. Get up off your ass. I'm hungry. Go do it now. The whole attitude changes. You don't want anybody doing it to you. What makes you think that they want it done?
Right. and you're in their location, their spot. You know, it'd be no different unless
respect.
Yeah, it'd be no different if someone walked up to your front door, kicked it in, and said, "Yep, this is my spot now. I don't care who you are. Give me everything you got."
That happened one year on my birthday.
Oh no.
Yeah. Put it this way. He got his ass handed to him and he went to jail.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, and we've done the same thing. I've done the same thing. Every investigation, I've never wavered from what I do. I know I pray myself in and pray myself out. And when I get in, I'll simply go, "Hi, my name is Rex. I'm not here to hurt or harm you in any way, shape, or form. I'm here, hopefully, to hear your story. If you've got something to say, Jamie, love you, hun." Yeah. And it's amazing how keeping that real and doing that, the evidence and the EVPs and stuff that we've caught. And it's usually, I'll get my name said. Well, we were doing one night and come in and I said what I said. We sit down at the table to talk to the family and we're sitting there and all of a sudden you heard, "Thanks, Rex."
And Rex is not a common name.
No.
Neither is Rez. And
I've
had it come across the spirit box several times. I've never caught an EVP with my name. Spirit box, and Gwen's been there and like, "They just said your name." I'm sorry. Our two names did not come across at all.
Yeah.
You're not going to find it in a TV ad or a commercial or anything else. They are completely uncommon.
Yeah.
So when you get that on an investigation, it's a cool feeling.
There's a lot of validity to it. I mean, that's like my youngest son's name is Chaim, which is Hebrew for life.
Nice.
And we went, we're doing an investigation and they just surrounded him. And the EVPs that we caught, they were saying Chaim. And it's
nice.
To pronounce in Hebrew is Chaim, but it was so cool. And we just said, well, they kept saying, "We love you, Chaim." And so we were asking questions. Well, how come you love Chaim? Because he is brother. And Chaim that's like yours or my name.
Yeah.
And it's CHAIM, people, not with an N. I wouldn't name my kid Chain.
The other one's called Knuckles,
Yeah. This is Spike. This is my daughter, Brutus.
So I got a question for you now. I ask everyone that comes on the show. Money is not an option. Security clearance is an option. If you go anywhere in the world, you're doing a paranormal investigation, where would you go? The world is yours.
Wow. That's never been posed to me before. That's a thinker there. I was going to say 2 spots, but I've been to them because they're right here in Iowa.
You can go back to somewhere you've already been. That's fine if that's where you really want to go.
I mean, there's so many places. I would love, because of my heritage and stuff, to go to Scotland and Ireland and investigate the castle that's part of our tribe. Because my son did all this. He found out our tribe, and actually we were chieftains high enough that we were over 2 tribes. He found our castle and he found our fortress.
Sweet.
So I would have to say those would be it for sure.
And you know what? I think that'd be a very awesome thing to experience. I think you would experience kind of like how I do travel across country. When I go across country, I come across different investigations involving natives or native lands. It seems like every time I go there, I pick up a few more people that follow me along my trip, a few more guides. You know, it doesn't matter what tribe they're from. They see me, I work with them, I honor them. They honor me by sending someone with them.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
And I think you'd have that exact same experience by going back.
That would
they'd welcome you with open arms. It'd be like the investigation of a lifetime for you.
Because Chris did a lot of work. I mean, he found our tartan colors and everything, and we wore kilts at his wedding.
Nice.
And should have seen people look at me when I was in Walmart. I said, "You're lucky I'm not lifting it up because you'd get one hell of a surprise."
Hey, hung like the Tonka.
You don't wear anything underneath them. That's a true Scotsman or Irishman. If you do, then they call it a dress.
Right.
And when we were at the wedding, they're going, "What do you got underneath there?" I said, "Take your life in your own hands. If you want to lift it up, don't come crying to me." It was your idea.
I gotta ask, since you put it out there like that, did you wake up with a blue ribbon wrapped around it?
Damn no.
You didn't take first place.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I love that song. So
that that would be it, Rez. That's cool that you pose that question because I thought about it so many times before, but
if you put it out there enough, you can manifest it. I know, like, my thing is I want to do Alcatraz for 30 days. Lock me down on the island with a group of people that I know I can trust. And I want to do Alcatraz. 2 reasons. One, I used to be a bad boy, so I had that little F behind my name. 2, I'm Native American. So I have not only the Native presence from the AIM movement, but then I also have the criminal element there that will speak to me first before they speak to someone else because they're going to see me as one of their own. So I think that would bring like a whole different side of an investigation to it.
Can you imagine if you and I went, you've been on the wrong side of the law and I've been on the right side of the law? Can you imagine
cool.
we'd oh my gosh.
I have an experiment. Me too here. I have an experiment I wanted to try publicly for a very long time. We'll talk backstage about this.
Okay.
I think you'd be the one that could help me with this.
I'll do my best.
Done it at any prison. It'll work. I want to do it down at Old Joliet, but I'm willing to do it anywhere. So, but all right. So now you plugged the nonprofit. Do you have anything else? We got a chance to do a shameless plug. Where do people find you? How do they get a hold of you? Stuff like
that. You know, sorry everybody, I don't have a website. I'm not that smart for one thing. No, I've never.
I don't have one either.
Thought about it. You can find me on Facebook. I have a personal page. You know, just Rex Nielson. Unexplainable Art. I should be the only one because some other guy did it and it was a porn site, and I went after him big time. He's no longer around. Good. And then I have All Out Paranormal, which is my paranormal site. So, and I know I mentioned my books. They are not in print anymore. I don't have any. I don't even have copies for myself. Which is kind of sad. But I'm going to start again, but it's going to be, there'll be words in it this time. It just won't be my artwork. I'm doing one on addiction.
It's a good one to tackle.
All I can say is, if you've never dealt with it, you don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Because my heart was broken, and I never thought it would ever come to that point. And it was a point where I had to just shut them off. They had to help themselves. There's nothing Dad could do anymore.
Yep, I ran through that with some ex-girlfriends, family members, and we call it tough love. There's a point where you got to walk away, and they have to hit rock bottom completely on their own and wake up and want the help.
Exactly.
Not just say it, actually truly want it.
Yeah. You know, when you have a loved one beat the holy crap out of you and putting you in the hospital, not once but twice, you know, I'm so thankful. I prayed so hard about it that I would get back to where it was, and it is. I mean, we're back to, he calls me every single day. Went camping with him over the weekend. It's nice to hear him laugh and carry on and not look like he just crawled out from underneath a rock. You know, I did. I had a tough love. I just had to walk away, and I cut him off from everything. I didn't speak to him for 2.5 years or see him.
Yeah.
Because people go, "What's he doing?" And my exact words are, "I don't give a shit."
You got to be like that at some point.
I had to, because I did everything that I could to help, and I was more a crutch than I was helping him, and it was tough to call it off, because the only thing I'm afraid of in life is having one of my children go before I do.
Yeah.
Because that's all I ever wanted to be, was a dad.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be famous. I didn't want to have, be a millionaire. Didn't want to have my face plastered everywhere. That wasn't me. I just wanted to be a dad.
I feel that. Heck, I got a 21-year-old that still lives at home with me. And I take every chance I can to still be a father to him. Still hang out with them and let them know that I love them. And give them every opportunity that I didn't get growing up. Because my parents had passed away by the time I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel it. But
go ahead.
I'll say we're up to our hour mark. I know it's getting late for Gwen.
Oops, I'm sorry.
No. She always tells me I can go later, but I always try to keep it right around an hour for her. She is an hour past what we are in Central Time Zone. So now that's everywhere. I can just get you a hold of you on Facebook, stuff like that. Please, guys, reach out, get some of this guy's art. He is phenomenal, as you've seen.
Yeah, and the phone number that's on for Unexplainable Art is my phone. If you want a commissioned piece or you just want to talk to somebody, call me.
Yeah.
If I don't answer, leave a message and I will call you right back. I never shut my phone off. It's on 24/7.
Everyone, we try to be there for you guys. I've always said, message me. If you have my number, call me. Don't matter what time of the night. To help others is what we're here to do. So, a shameless plug for some things I got going on, guys. This weekend, August 15th, you can catch me down at Broadhead Manor with Riverside, Iowa Paranormal, Michelle Roos. And then the weekend of the 29th, you can catch me at the old Baraboo Inn I'll be there with Scotty Rourke. We're doing the mystical full sturgeon moon night. We're gonna let some of the natives into the building for once and hang out with them. You know, Baraboo is a very heavily populated area with the native blood, and this is a location where they've been pretty much forgotten. Everyone talks about the Westerners that were there, the Western Times, the circus folks, the mobsters. Never about us natives.
No, they don't.
We're gonna bring. Yep, we're gonna bring them in for the night and see what kind of chaos and fun we can have.
Good.
See what kind of shenanigans. So, tickets are still available for both events. So I know for Old Baraboo, you can go on Eventbrite or go on their Facebook page, click the Eventbrite thing for it, and there's only a select few left. And then coming up in October, if you're out east, you'll be able to catch me and Miss Jamie Lynn at the Mass Paracon. So other than that, you know, I gotta say thank you again, Rex, for coming on the show.
I'm honored.
It's been a blast.
Really,
you will definitely be coming back because I'm sure there's a lot more. Oh, there's that cat butt we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I told you before the show ended, it would show up.
Yeah, gotta love them. Gotta love our fur babies. Well, yes, I definitely
don't knock the mic.
Right, we need that. You're gonna purr into it for us?
He
purrs,
but is very, very quiet.
Okay.
But he talks nonstop. Don't you?
There's only times mine talk is if they want outside or if they want food or water. Otherwise, no, they don't talk. If you pet them, they purr though. They're little purr factories. So it's been my honor having you on tonight. Sorry it took so long to get you on. We're not going to wait this long to pick this conversation back up. You know,
anytime.
I know there's talks, and we'll warn you guys. I'm talking about taking a season break here in a little bit. Definitely, you're going to be one of the first guests I bring back on the next season.
Oh, thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, prayers for Shane and his family.
Absolutely.
Who are going through a rough time there losing him. If you can help out to GoFundMe, please do. You know, a few dollars here and there added to that will help the family out tremendously, you know, with all the bills and the day-to-day expenses they have. They don't have a provider anymore for it. So please reach out, help out.
Absolutely.
And I'll see you again next week. Takes away, Glenn.